There is no other choice. Its three mouths spoke in different tones that created an unsettling harmony. Complete fusion. A shiver ran through the other abyssals, their corrupted flesh rippling with either fear or anticipation. We need two people's mana, and if we fail, one began, its tentacles writhing with nervous energy. We've already failed, the leader cut in sharply. At least this way we'll have a chance. We must reach that cave. Zhao emerged from his invisible state for a moment, launching more feathers that nearly eliminated the tentacled one. The silver projectiles sliced through corrupted flesh with surgical precision. The four beings began to flee. While Run maintained the illusion with his mushrooms, the calcium snail remained defending the group of students. His beast manifested across his body, created whitish barriers that stopped the occasional attacks that slipped through the other auxiliaries' defense. "Keep calm," he ordered when a stream of purple acid splashed against his barrier, generating an intense reaction that made the protective surface sizzle ominously. Klein's group stayed organized, their manifested beasts ready to support if necessary. Feng and Aster flanked their leader with practiced coordination, while Jin's group, still resentful about being dragged into the shelter, at least had the common sense to remain behind the protections that all those capable of defense had created. Another attack, this time a fireball that bounced off the Boar Auxiliary's defense and headed toward the hole. The calcium barrier rose just in time, its surface hardening to deflect the corrupted flames. "Professor," Klein called out, his golden lion manifesting more fully, "we can help the other auxiliaries." "Maintain your position," the snail master reinforced another section of the barrier, his determination unwavering. "Your job is to survive." From the center of the hole, Run maintained his concentration with iron discipline. The mushrooms in his hair shone with an intense white glow, reflecting off the mirror mantis plates, while Taro and Min manipulated the skinless Shadow Stalker body above them. "A little more to the left," Ren whispered, adjusting the light angle with precise control. "We need it to look like it's floating more naturally." Taro struggled to keep the weaver threads taut. "It's harder than it looks," he grunted, sweat beading on his forehead. "Move it like this." Min took control of the improvised puppet with more fluid movements. A cry of pain drew their attention, cutting through the tense atmosphere. The Lynx auxiliary had been struck by one of the abyssal's limbs, a purple myriapod with legs like spears. The corrupted beast had overcome the Lynx master's speed, wounding his side, and now turned its attention toward where Ren was manipulating the illusion. The abyssal hissed, its multiple legs moving like poisoned needles. "He's the one interfering with the swarm." The abyssal launched itself toward the hole, but Luna's shadow wolf emerged from the darkness like solidifying ink, its fangs finding one of the attacker's feet with deadly precision. The abyssal screamed in pain, but its speed barely diminished, the numerous long legs of its beast keeping it perfectly stable despite the injury. But that moment was all the Lynx auxiliary needed. His manifested claws flashed in a deadly arc, severing two of the myriapod's legs. However, the victory was brief. "Look out!" Ren's warning came too late. The abyssal twisted with impossible speed. The myriapod's legs transformed into living spears through the Lynx auxiliary's chest and shoulder. Sprayed as the man screamed, his manifested claws losing their gleam. "Teacher!" Min loosened the threads, maintaining the floating male illusion. Shadow Stalker's body wobbled dangerously. Taro cursed, trying to compensate, but his movements were clumsy and abrupt under the pressure. "No, the threads! I can't!" Taro's hands shook while he fought for control. "It's too complicated!" Meanwhile, Luna's shadow wolf continued its assault with relentless precision. It appeared from one shadow to bite a leg, disappeared before the counterattack landed, emerged from another angle to tear purple. A deadly dance of appearances and disappearances that kept the abyssal occupied, preventing it from finishing off the Lynx auxiliary's life. "Min!" Ren shouted while helping Taro and maintaining his mushroom's glow. I need you to help the teacher. Taro can maintain the illusion alone. Listen to me. Ren didn't take his eyes off the mantis plates reflecting his light. Your snake can direct mana to heal. It's one of its innate abilities. You need to make it flow in a spiral, from outside to center. Now, he urged. The teacher will die if you don't close those wounds. Min nodded, his water snake manifesting as he sent it to the injured auxiliary. The mana began flowing following the pattern Ren had shown. Luna remained focused, her eyes following every movement while directing her beast in this lethal dance of hit and run tactics. Taro let out a grunt of effort. The Shadow Stalker's body tilted dangerously. I can't! Taro's hands trembled violently. It's falling! Focus! Ren adjusted his light angle with desperate precision. We can't lose the illusion now! Min's snake had reached its target. The energy began flowing, seeking the wounds, closing them slowly but steadily. The Lynx auxiliary started breathing more easily as the mana did its work. His claws regained some of their luminescence. Min, he whispered hoarsely, you're doing it. Keep going. The abyssal roared in frustration, its legs moving increasingly erratically. Each time it thought it had the wolf, the beast dissolved into shadows, only to reappear at another point. It was like trying to smoke. Luna remained motionless in the corner of the hole, her eyes fixed on the battle, while her beast moved as a perfect extension of her will. A powerful beast, the myriapod hissed, while its legs dodged another wolf attack. But its owner is just a defenseless girl. Luna maintained her impassive expression, her eyes fixed on the battle, while her wolf continued its assault from the shadows. Do you know what's faster than your wolf, little one? The abyssal's legs tensed like coiled springs. Me. It launched itself like lightning toward Luna, completely ignoring the shadow wolf's next bite. The Lynx auxiliary, finally recovering enough to rejoin the fight, intercepted the attack with his manifested claws. Luna! He shouted, while containing the spear-like legs. Fall back! But the myriapod twisted in an impossible way, its rear legs propelling it over the auxiliary. Luna barely had time to blink before the corrupted beast was above her, its legs descending like a rain of... Too slow, the abyssal roared.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.